Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel and you don't know me, hi, I'm Dalia. And I have a bunch of videos on weddings that people really seem to like. And if you've been watching my past couple videos, you know that I recently renewed my wedding vows with my husband, and we did it in an elopement style fashion. So I basically have experience with a very traditional type of wedding, which was our actual wedding, as well as elopement style, which was the renewal of our vows. And so I thought it would be really cool to kind of discuss the pros of each of those options in case you're in between deciding what you should do. So even though I obviously am married and had that traditional wedding, for the purpose of this video, really am trying to put myself in the position of the elopement style ceremony and experience really being the full wedding experience, so that I can bring this video to you and kind of share both sides. Now I'm quickly just going to explain why we decided to renew our vows, and that is because we planned our whole wedding from start to finish in 4 months. We wanted to write our own vows and say our own vows, but then as it was getting closer, we kind of ran out of time and we kind of felt awkward with the number of people that were there. There weren't that many people, like under 80 people, but that's still a lot to hear the most vulnerable part of your life and your love for each other. So we never got to say our own vows, and that was always something we wanted to do. Our vow books had been sitting in our front entrance hallway for a year, and then we decided to basically renew our vows in Bali at a waterfall. It was majestic. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. I took some notes on my phone. So I just want to highlight that the pros that I'm going to be discussing about a traditional wedding versus an elopement are kind of mutually exclusive. Like, that's the way I'm going to present them. So the pros of a traditional wedding are automatically things that you don't get with an elopement, and vice versa. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the traditional wedding because obviously that is the more popular type of option. So the first pro is just that all your loved ones are there, your friends are there, your family's there, everyone's surrounding you, and that kind of makes the whole wedding experience quite special. Just having everyone there support you and love you, kind of synonymous with what a wedding's supposed to be like. The second thing is it's a family experience, so it's really like uniting both the families together and bringing everyone together. Part that I have, well, at least I have a pretty big family, so together we have a pretty big family, and so it's really important to bring everyone together and have them all be part of that experience, and that again really made the wedding and the unity and the marriage really special. A traditional wedding is definitely more of a celebration because you're throwing the biggest party of your life, and everyone is there, all those people are there, and they're just celebrating you and your love and your togetherness and your journey together. And I think that is just so nice. There's something so nice and so happy about that type of experience. As a bride, I'm assuming most people here are brides. With a traditional type of wedding, you do feel more special because you're a bride. There's tons of people there. All eyes are on you. Everything's kind of about you. Getting ready is about you. Your dress is about you. Everything's about you. Sorry to say that, sorry to the groom, sorry to everyone else. So you definitely feel more special, you feel more like a bride in that type of situation. Next I have, you can create a unique experience. So at least for me, for our wedding, I really wanted to create something that was different. I put a lot of effort into what the whole ambiance was supposed to be like, and I just wanted it to be different, and I wanted to create that different experience that was our wedding for everyone who was there. So to me, that was really, really valuable. Next, I have fulfilling childhood dreams / societal dreams. So that's a big thing for me. I thought about my wedding and the aisle and everyone there, and my dad and my mom and just everyone there from the time I was a kid, like probably from the time I was 4 or 5. And so actually doing that and fulfilling that is big for me and probably for a lot of people. And that's something you really get with a traditional wedding. And the last thing I have here is that people kind of surround you to help you. You're not really on your own. If you don't want to be on your own, you can, have more of those conversations with your friends and your family, and everyone's going to be part of the end experience. And so people are there wanting to help you along the way more often than not. So now what you're probably waiting for is the elopement style details and what the pros are of that. So let's get started with that. Obviously, it is a million times more intimate. It's just you and your loved one, and it's just about you guys with each other and talking to each other, and no one's hearing, and it's just you guys. And so if you want something that's just about you, maybe you don't have a big family, maybe you don't have family, that style is beautiful, and it's intimate, and it's just about love. The next thing is that there's no input from others. And that is a beauty in itself because you don't have to arrange dates, outfits, or anything based on what anyone else wants other than you and your significant other. There's so often kind of stresses that come from other people wanting things a certain way, wanting certain people to be invited, pressures for different things, bridesmaids not wanting to wear certain types of dresses. Like, there's just so many different stresses that don't exist with an elopement style wedding because no one else is kind of contributing to what they want. So it's really just about what you want, what your significant other wants, and that is it. So next I put much less stress around hair and makeup, and let me explain that. With a traditional wedding, I definitely felt a lot of pressure to look perfect, to be perfect, for my dress to fit perfectly, because I was nervous about all the people that were gonna be watching me, and I just wanted to absolutely look my best. And I feel like there was so much pressure around that. When it came to the elopement style, even though I definitely wanted to look beautiful, if my hair started frizzing out, which it did, it didn't matter. If my makeup kind of, you know, wasn't 100%, it didn't matter. Like, it really just was so much less stress because at the end of the day, it's just me, my husband, photographer, a videographer, and that's basically it. No one else of importance really is watching. And so that is so much less stress on the bride, 100%. There's also no stress around decor. I found, because I wanted to create that unique experience, I had a lot of stress around decor and how the actual experience was gonna feel and what the decorations were gonna look like and was it gonna be nice enough. That's me. I never was going to throw a wedding that wasn't going to be special and feel decorated and feel, you know, a certain kind of way. And so not having that stress and not having to think about impressing other people or like creating that unique experience for other people through decoration, through flowers, etc. It was really nice. Actually, yeah, it was really nice. And by the way, we did do a decorated kind of ceremony site, but no stress in comparison to what we had done for our actual wedding. It's obviously really cost effective. It costs way less money to do an elopement wedding. Obviously, there's two ways you can do it. Like, you can do it really cost effectively. You can just go to a forest or go to a special place and do your vows, and you don't need a photographer or a videographer or anything. Or you can do it the way that we did it. For example, you go to a destination and you do pay for a little bit of a package, but it's not very expensive, especially in comparison to when you think of the whole cost of an actual wedding. You can also combine it with a honeymoon. Two birds, one stone. You're already going there because that's your honeymoon, and you'll do your vows and everything there and just save more money, have one big thing, have it be intimate, you know? Next I put it's more scenic. So it definitely can be more scenic. When you're planning a traditional wedding, you have to think of the number of people that you need to have there. You need to think about the logistics of the whole wedding and how it's gonna go. And you need to think of facilities that are typically equipped to have weddings in the first place. When it comes to an elopement, you have so much more freedom. You can do it at a waterfall like we did, or where a cliff that can't, you know, take 100 people or 150 people. There's just so much less to consider. So if you want somewhere really magical or really special to you, that is gonna be a really good option with an elopement style wedding. I also put you can spend more money on what you actually want. So if what matters to you is having a beautiful arch, you can put money into that, and you don't have to think about putting all this money into 20 tables that you're gonna have and the decorations for those tables, or, you know, food that's going over budget or whatever it is. You can just really spend money on exactly what you want to spend money on and what you really care about for making that experience special to you. Less vacation days from work. So if you're planning a big wedding, you know it takes a lot of time and effort, and as it gets closer to your wedding with all the pressures and with all the things you need to do and this and this and this, you have to take a couple days off work for your wedding. Or actually, I didn't think I needed to, and then I got to the week of and I was like, yes, I have to take some time off. I can't finish everything. But with an elopement style, you just don't. Less pressure, less things to plan. You don't need to take a single day off, especially if it's local and it's on a weekend. You're good, you're golden. No vacation days. If you only have 2 weeks, you'll thank me. Okay, so second last one I have is you can write personal vows without feeling weird. I don't know if that's just me and my husband, but I definitely feel awkward sharing the innermost thoughts that I have about love and about our relationship with 80 other people or even 20 other people, or even 10 other people, or even a single other person. I just feel like I would be self-conscious and feel very uncomfortable. And so that is why the elopement style was just so beautiful, because, and it was our favorite part, even more than the scene and the experience. It really was just like the vows and writing from your heart and hearing what Parth had to say and vice versa. That was just so special. I loved it to bits, and I genuinely think even if we had written the same vows but plopped us in the situation of our traditional wedding, I just would have felt uncomfortable as I was saying them. And I just felt self-conscious the whole time going down the aisle, going through the vows and exchanging rings. I just felt very like on stage, and I'm also introverted. And so yeah, I wouldn't have felt comfortable in that situation reading the vows, the exact vows that we had, wouldn't have been my cup of tea. And so that was really special about an elopement style wedding. You can do everything. You can do a first dance, you can do everything without other people watching and just have it be about you. And then finally, and probably the biggest thing, is I said it's just about love. Like, it is really just about you two, your love, your relationship, your vows to each other. It's just about your love and your beginning of your new life together. And I think that is really special. I mean, for us, I'm a bit spoiled because I got to do the traditional wedding and we got to do this extra vow renewal. So we got to do both, and both were beautiful. And you know, I'm just gonna wrap this up by saying, even though I've gone through like the pros of both, and it seems like there's more pros of an elopement style in number, there's kind of like a difference in weighting of importance. So for us, family was the big thing. Bringing our families together was the most special thing. And so that is why we needed to do, and we wanted to do, a traditional wedding. Just an elopement was never really an option for us. But if you're really in between, if your family's indifferent, if it doesn't matter either way, I think an elopement is also so beautiful. It's such a nice experience. And, or you can just be like me, just do both. Just do both. You know what? We did it after 1 year. I think people might think that's a little bit extra, but 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Do both if you want that experience as well. Okay, well, I hope I shared something informative or interesting with you guys. These are kind of just my thoughts. As I said, traditional wedding, amazing, special, beautiful. Elopement wedding, amazing, special, beautiful. They're just different. So whatever floats your boat. Can I say that? I don't think I can say that. Okay, so whatever you like, go forth. I just wanted to give some information on both those options. And you guys, lastly, I just want to remind you that I have an amazing, super exciting giveaway of a free custom wedding dress from Lens Couture, and that is the company that made my custom wedding dress that I wore in my vow renewals, and I couldn't be happier with them, and I couldn't be happier that I can bring this giveaway to you guys. So I have all the details in a separate video. Go check that out. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone that is getting married to enter, because it's a free wedding dress, guys. Like, it's legit. Like, it is free wedding dress, one of the biggest expenses of a wedding. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, and also, you know, subscribe to my channel. Self-promotion. Check me out on Instagram. I'm at DIY Dalia with an underscore at the end. Okay, until next time, guys. Bye.